Hello and welcome to the February 15th episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the City of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And David Wolbrecht.
As well as our special guest, Kimberly Scrivner. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're excited to have you here talking about the Transportation Strategic Plan and this awesome mapping tool. Mm-hmm. I was playing around with the tool.
It's pretty cool.
Fun.
It's really fun. Yeah. But before we get into all that good stuff, here are the topics we're covering this week.
We have a few heads up, including city facilities will be closed President's Day, a couple construction projects to look out for, and upcoming events, as well as tips on watching for Bitcoin scams, that's right, and electric fire safety.
That's right. Some announcements for you, including a new childcare initiative for city employees, appreciating our amazing community resource officers, and a reminder to sign up your business for our business workshops and pitch competition.
And we have a preview of our upcoming city council meeting. But first, my friends, our big story of the week. Come and help the city understand needs and priorities for a community pool by taking a quick survey or chatting with yours truly.
That's right. Although the November 2023 ballot measure did not pass, the city council and staff continue to hear that expanding swim opportunities is still important to the Kirkland community.
Yeah, so we invite you to help us understand priorities and needs for the community by taking a brief online survey now until February 26th. And you can also sign up, right, Jim?
Mm-hmm. You can sign up for a small group discussion facilitated by none other than
Deputy City Manager for External Affairs,
Jim
and
Lopez. Podcast host.
Yes,
Jim
that's
Lopez.
right.
There you go.
Now, Monday's President's Day, so City Hall and city facilities will be closed. Fire, police, and other critical services will remain fully operational.
Mm-hmm. All other city services will be open bright and early on Tuesday, February 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the city has a new, innovative childcare initiative for city employees, and this, David, is really exciting.
It is really exciting. So as we all know, one of the most pressing challenges faced by not only our city staff, but frankly, parents around the region, is available and reliable childcare.
Yes.
So this program reserves spots at Lake Washington Tech's Early Learning Center.
Mm-hmm. And it helps ensure that the city is attracting and retaining the best and brightest to serve our community.
Yeah, so this is really great stuff. And I'm actually working, myself, our team is working on a similar program for boards and commissions.
Yeah,
Oh,
providing
nice.
stipends.
Yeah,
Yep.
to provide stipends
Yeah,
for
for
folks.
childcare, for the meetings.
Yeah, and I think it's really all part of our initiative to break down barriers to participating in civic life.
Absolutely.
That's great.
And as a kind of a nice transition, the deadline has been extended. To apply for a board or commission seat, you can now apply by 4 p.m. on February 27th.
Mm-hmm. So what's a board or commission, Kate?
Well, these groups advise the city council. They come up with new ideas, they take public comment, and provide formal recommendations on topics like arts, tourism, transportation, and more.
Yeah, it's really great stuff. And we staff them, city staffs these boards, and you get a lot of great opportunity to make important decisions for the future of our city.
Yeah.
So the next meeting of the Kirkland City Council is on Tuesday, February 20th. And here's what's on the agenda.
On the business agenda, a draft bond ordinance that will be used to fund the Transportation Benefit District capital projects, as well as construction and renovation to fire stations 27, 21, and 26.
Also, an update on and potential adoption of the 2024-2026 planning work program.
There's also going to be a briefing on the outreach findings for the Juanita and Kingsgate neighborhood plan update process, and that should be interesting.
Absolutely. And prior to the business agenda, the study session will include downtown parking study update.
And the Kirkland Teen Union Building operations.
I'm looking over at Kimberly because I'm wondering if she has some insight on that.
Oh, yeah.
We're holding it for the study set.
That's right.
The parking study will be fun to hear about. There's a lot
okay.
we're looking at data in downtown Kirkland.
Hey, there you go. And so if folks are interested in hearing about that exciting update to the parking study and other topics, of course, the council meetings are streamed live on the city's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and website.
Yes. So today is School Resource Officer Appreciation Day, and we'd like to send some appreciation to Kirkland's community resource officers.
Kirkland's community resource officers are assigned to various learning communities to help keep our students safe and build meaningful relationships with students and families.
Yeah, we're so grateful for all that they do every day to support our young people. And you can learn more about this program on the city website.
Yes, now emergency preparedness means more than just your family. It extends to your neighbors and your community. Knowing your neighbors improves your safety day to day and especially during an emergency.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Our Office of Emergency Management has tips on how to be involved in your community preparedness, including, never thought about this, neighborhood emergency plan.
Yeah, really, really important. So all of this and more in an awesome and, might I say, pretty inspirational video. As always, link in the show notes. And I gotta, break out of my shy shell and like actually meet my neighbors. We're on good like waving terms, but if the big one strikes, that's not the time to be like, "Hi, I'm David."
Right.
So
there's multiple levels of goodness in reaching out.
I know.
to them.
Yeah,
Get to know them,
yeah.
get a new friend, and be safer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bake goods from time to time.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
So now is the time of year to sign up to be a Green Kirkland Steward and help restore our natural areas and parks.
Here's some fun 2023 stats.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Over 1,800 volunteers
1,800.
spent nearly 7,900 hours of service to
Wow.
restore and maintain 325 acres of natural area
Holy
parkland.
That's super impressive. If you want to be a part of this amazing accomplishment of work, you can become a steward and lead volunteers in these restoration projects.
Yeah, wow. Our team provides all the training you need at the new stewardship orientation that begins March 14th. So apply soon. This truly is an amazing group of folks that do, as you've articulated, David,
Ton of work. Yeah.
Really wonderful work.
Really lovely. Yeah.
So, hey, cryptocurrency crime is actually on the rise in Kirkland. Over the past 3 months, scammers have reportedly stolen more than $600,000 in Bitcoin cryptocurrency from Kirkland community members. What's
Wow.
going on with that?
Yeah, seriously. Well, Kirkland Police reminds us to watch out for scammers posing as government agencies or company representatives. Anybody demanding money from you, crypto or otherwise, just be aware.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in fighting cybercrime, hey, KPD is hiring, especially lateral positions. It's a great department to work for. It's big enough. You got stuff where you're fighting cybercrime, but
Yeah, there
Good
you go.
to know.
you really tight-knit department.
Come join the
Yeah.
best police department in the state.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, so when you plug in your phone or coffee maker, you probably don't worry about starting a fire.
I didn't used
Me
to.
too.
No, yeah.
But actually, it could happen.
Oh, golly. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Kirkland Fire has some tips for preventing fires when using electrical products.
Yeah. Oh, so Ryan Schaefer was on the podcast.
Yes, he was so much
a few
fun.
weeks ago. Yeah, and he mentioned some of these items. So
Talked a little bit about the Bachelorette, too.
right, as well as
Among other
safety
things.
tips.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Plug only one heat-producing appliance. So we're talking like a coffee maker, toaster, space heater, that sort of thing, into an outlet at a time.
Good tip. Warning signs to watch out for include discolored or warm power outlets. Yikes. Flickering or dimming lights and sparks from an outlet.
So if the lights start dimming,
Sparks are kind of a
Sparks are
dead
flying.
giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, if you see in sparks,
Yeah.
it's time to act.
I mean, yesterday was Valentine's Day, so
Different kind of sparks.
Oh, different kind of sparks.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay,
Different kind.
gotcha.
So this week is the last chance to sign up for our business workshops and pitch competition.
Super cool opportunity to workshop a business idea you have and potentially win $5,000.
Yeah, that's real
at the
money.
pitch competition coming up on April 3rd.
Yeah. You don't have to be a Kirkland business to apply. This is open to current or future businesses.
Yeah, so you want to apply by tomorrow, February 16th.
Yep.
Act now.
Act now.
So, team, we have a couple of traffic alerts to be mindful of. Kirkland Avenue and Lake Street will have some work coming up.
Yep.
This is Puget Sound Energy doing some electrical work at the Lake Street Pedestrian Scramble Project.
Yeah, so PSE's crews are working nights to get it done and are planning 2 power outages. So the current plan is to cut power in the first and third weeks of March for an overnight outage.
Yeah, the pedestrian scramble project begins in late March, shortly after this PSE vault relocation is complete.
Yeah, so 5th Avenue South, right across from the new Google building, remains closed, right? As well as the path that runs along up there at Everest Park.
Yeah, so that little connected park there. This is all part of the water main upgrade in that area, and you can get more details on these and additional construction projects on the city's website.
Yes, excellent. So we also have a couple of upcoming events for you to check out. The Kingsgate Library has visiting authors of Parenting at the Intersections, Raising Neurodivergent Children of Color.
Awesome.
Looks great.
Yeah. a couple Saturdays from now, Wheels and Reels is playing Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That's at Juanita Beach Park.
And we also have an upcoming free CPR class that unfortunately is already full. I mean,
these are in
fortunately
demand.
and unfortunately.
Yeah, people are interested. That's good.
High demand. Yeah, exactly. It's already full just a couple days after we announced it, but don't worry. We will be having more of these as the year progresses. And of course, we'll share the details in a future podcast.
We've got to meet the demand.
Absolutely.
Because folks getting CPR training, that's a universally good thing. That brings us to our 5 and 5. That's 5 questions in 5 minutes.
I mean, is it?
With our special guest, Kimberly Scrivner. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, it's so great to have you.
Talking with you.
So, Kimberly, you're here to discuss the Transportation Strategic Plan and the new interactive feedback map, which is awesome. Spoiler alert. But before we get to that, we have a few questions to get to know you. So what does a transportation planner in our Public Works Department do?
Oh, boy. Well, we do a lot. We respond to community comments when people reach out to us and talk with them. We plan for our future, which is really what we're focusing on with the Transportation Strategic Plan.
Nice.
We look at policy, we look at projects, and it's the project list that that I'm here to talk about today, which is the project map.
It's amazing how much transportation is connected to things in the city. It just touches on everything.
That's one of the things I love about transportation. And I'm such a transportation nerd. I'm that person that will stop the car or stop what I'm doing in some other city and take pictures of
Is that right?
transportation.
If you see something that
oh my
you
gosh,
find
that's
to be
amazing.
the good and the bad.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of amazing. But transportation touches everyone, and so that's why it's so interesting because.
But honestly,
really.
you might stop the car, get out, and say, "I just love the design of this intersection or something." Oh my god, that's so great.
That's cool.
That's so great. Okay, so how did you come to the city of Kirkland? How did you come to work here?
I did work here. I've lived in 3 different neighborhoods in Kirkland.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nice.
And so when I came from the regional council, I was really interested in working for a local agency.
Okay, so you came from the regional transportation world.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I really wanted this job in Kirkland. And in fact, I knew my previous boss prior to working here. And this is one of the places that I really wanted to work.
Well,
that's cool.
We're really, really lucky and grateful to have you.
What I've found working here is that everyone is so nice. Everyone is so nice and approachable.
Right.
I just love it.
Yeah.
Well,
No, we share that opinion.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite thing about the city?
like the community at large. Yeah.
Living in city.
Well, you stole my
It
focus. Everyone is so nice.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Inside and outside. the
People are just so great.
government, yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, you can't really beat it.
Yeah, that's true. We love to experience our Kirkland environment. You know, we like to walk by the lake and hang out in the wonderful village-like neighborhoods. It's all really fun. So, Kimberly, you're here to talk about the Transportation Strategic Plan. What's that?
All right. So the Transportation Strategic Plan, we are planning for the next 20 years.
Ooh.
Wow.
For transportation. I know it can seem like a long time.
Yeah.
Time does pass,
It
though.
does.
It goes fast.
And it is important to identify and really look at our future, how we're responding to growth. And again, transportation touches everyone. And as our city grows, we really need to make sure that as we're growing, our transportation system grows along with it and in the ways that we want it to grow with it. We hear a lot from people about bicycle and pedestrian improvements, people wanting to be able to walk, be safe, safety, access to transit, access to places with more density. And so those are the things that we're focusing on.
It's amazing how interdependent transportation and housing, for example, and economic development. You could just keep going down and down. So this plan is kind of like, okay, we know a lot of people want to live in Kirkland and a lot of people keep coming to Kirkland. How are we going to take that growth and still kind of maintain the look and feel of the city?
And people moving around the city.
People moving around
right?
the city, yes.
Yeah, and access, be able to access.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
all the
where
things that need to
can
access.
you safely walk to your grocery store?
Yeah.
Can you safely, get to the bus if you want to take the bus?
Yeah.
And for people that need to drive, there's some people that still need to drive, deliveries,
Absolutely.
all kinds of, interactions.
That's a lot to
on
consider.
our roadway. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
So there's a map.
Yeah, there's a part of this transportation plan, David. That's
Yes.
like
Yes.
capturing our attention.
So tell us about this map.
We have a fancy map. So we've put together a universe of projects.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They have been identified through a lot of other planning processes.
Okay.
Through our active transportation plan and all of our kind of modal plans and studies and
I'm sorry. So you've put the projects that we've been working on that we know about, they're on the map.
yes.
Okay.
In addition to projects that we've heard about from the community, they have been reviewed by our engineers, make sure
Okay.
they're good ideas. And so all of the things that we've identified, we put them all together in a map.
Wow.
The
Just all of them
challenge-
together.
Available to the public to see. Like just
Yeah.
clicking the link in the show notes.
But we really need your comments
Ah,
from
got
the
it.
community because we cannot fund everything over the next 20 years.
I
So there's
see.
priority
We have
decisions.
to prioritize.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we'll be talking with council about that in March. But we hearing from the community about which projects you want, which projects you don't. Are we missing things? This is really good opportunity. And so the map is cool. We can see everything we've identified.
And you can like click on it and then give like a comment about each specific project, right?
Yeah, you can click on projects and leave a comment about a project, or you can drag a comment somewhere where we might not have a project
and
say,
say,
hey,
like-
you're missing something here.
Like,
Yeah, so to be
do
clear.
this tunnel under. Oh, sorry, Jen.
Yes,
go ahead.
no, that's exactly what I was going to say. To be clear, you can proactively just
Suggest projects. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have any
Yeah.
tunnels on the map? Do we have any tunnels that are?
No.
Okay.
We don't
Tunnels
have
kind of
those.
went out of fashion,
Okay.
I guess, a few decades
We have
ago.
a few bridges.
Ooh, bridges. Okay, that's the better
So,
one.
Kimberly-
It's easier engineering, I think.
So I'm told, like, and you may have alluded to this, but if you like somebody's comment or a project, you can hit that little thumbs up, right? So
Yep.
it's like a crowdsourcing. the
Oh,
idea.
so there's like
Oh,
that
there you go.
social
Like,
dynamic.
dislike if you're
Yeah.
lost for words.
Is there a deadline for community
The end
members?
of February.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
when
yeah.
it
So
closes. Thanks for asking that.
yeah, hop on now. Don't
February
wait.
20th.
Hop on now.
Yeah.
We really want to hear what the community has to say.
So
Absolutely.
that's super, super helpful. Thank you, Kimberly. We have one last question.
Oh,
Are you watching a movie or a show or reading a book you'd like our listeners to know about?
I tend to read a lot.
Nice.
I also like movie. I guess to answer this question, I love biographies.
Oh, interesting.
So
Anyone
books and
you-
movies, both.
What's like
kinda,
a-
it's really interesting to kind of read about people's lives. And,
Yeah.
What's a recent one
you
that
know.
that you've enjoyed? A biopic?
Well, not recent.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine.
And not a book. which I should talk about more. But have you ever watched a movie more than like 20 times or something like that?
Now I'm intrigued.
I've been known
Yeah.
to. Yes.
Like the Walk the Line about Johnny
Oh,
Cash.
Johnny Cash. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Frida, those.
Yeah.
I think those two I've
Nice.
probably seen both
Yeah.
Okay.
more than
Those
20
are-
times.
Nice.
Okay, maybe not quite more than 20 times. Maybe more than 10 times.
Okay. Got
Is
it.
there something about artists for you?
Yeah, true, yeah.
Now that was with
For sure.
Joaquin Phoenix, right? It was like he became Johnny Cash.
He did a great job in that.
Right. Yeah.
Music was so good too. Okay, so thank you. Now, Kimberly, will you stick around for our pop quiz?
Sure.
We have a quiz. It's multiple choice trivia. One of these answers plans a route to the truth, while the others should just take you to the next exit, meaning we just made it up.
There you go.
Okay, so here we go. Option A, Uming La Pass is the highest motorable road in the world.
Wow.
Sounds scary.
Yeah. I know, I kind of have visions of driving around.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking, Kate?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Top of the
thinking.
mountain.
Yeah,
type.
yeah. Okay, option B, the Pan-Eurasian Highway is the longest road in the world.
Oh, okay.
I think I know of a road that goes from Alaska to Argentina, and I feel like that would be longer.
That's pretty long.
That's pretty long.
Okay.
All right,
Interesting.
well, duly noted.
All right.
Option C, the answer to traffic is always hovercrafts.
I'm curious. Kimberly.
Yeah.
As your one of your resident transportation planners, I feel obligated to say C, but I'm really just joking. I think the answer is B.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
B. We did have a challenge to B. It sounded like, Kate, you were maybe wondering if the...
Yeah, we'll see.
Alaskan,
Flag
Argentina.
on the play on that one.
Okay.
The
Well,
answer is actually A.
oh. All right.
You just have to learn how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so at 19,025 feet of elevation, That's quite high.
Yeah.
Uming La Pass holds the Guinness World Record for highest paved road in the world, and it links some villages in India, in the Himalayas. And most travelers require additional oxygen as the pass is higher than the base camps of Mount Everest.
Wow. Now, Kate, it seems like you had your finger on the issue of option B.
I swear I didn't look ahead.
Yeah.
I just knew this one. So the longest road in the world is actually the Pan American Highway that runs from Prudhoe Bay, Alaska to Ushuaia, Tierra del Fuego, Argentina.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Depending on the branches that travelers take in the United States and in Argentina, the road is about 20,000 miles long. And travelers must take a ferry to go around the roughly 60 miles of swamp known as the Darien Gap between Colombia and Panama.
I wonder if there's a
Does that
bike.
count?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Is there like a bike lane, you think?
That's right.
That
Right.
hold 20,000?
Let's put that on an interactive.
Right.
map.
Right? Yeah. People can thumbs up that one.
Well, transportation factoid, David and I were just talking about this. Did you know that Tacoma used to have the longest, highest bicycle bridge in the world
Wow.
before I-5 was built? People used to bike down and take the ferry to Stilicum area.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool?
That is so cool.
That would have been a future podcast trivia.
I know.
Yeah.
But now it's out.
I'm glad we
But
got
now
it
we
in
have
this
our
one.
Totem Lake connector bridge.
That's
Yes.
So.
Which
you
is
go.
the logo inspiration
Yes.
for the podcast.
For those of you interested in our logo.
Yes.
And for
Go
those
check
that
out-
didn't already know.
Yeah, that's right. Of course. Kimberly, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you
We'd
for
love to
having
have you
me.
back.
Yeah.
And thanks, everybody. Really hope to hear all of your comments and read through them.
Yes.
Very nice.
Don't forget to give some
Project
comments
list.
on the project list map.
Yes, go to our transportation strategic plan on our website. You can find the link.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that does it for this week. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
And leave us a review.
Special thanks to Anthony Girardi, Chris Peterson, and Sue Romero for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
Our next episode is February 22nd. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.